Okay, let's go.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Good, good, good. Please thumbs up if you can hear me. We only have 4 people in the house. Okay, let's wait for others to join. Let's wait for 5 minutes so we can have others joining also. So you're welcome to, okay, let me turn on this so we can discuss. Okay, so I want to discuss with us how was the yesterday's training, everybody? I think we can unmute if we want to make contributions. Hello, can anyone hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, very good.
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Good morning.
Yeah. So I hope you had a great day yesterday. I've shared the link with you guys, linked to yesterday's training. Also for today's training, I'll also share the link with you, so you can have it. So quickly, today we'll be looking at the access control parts of the program. We'll be exploring the access control products and looking at the types and also the access control software. You know, yesterday yesterday we spoke about the attendance software and the products. So can anyone give a summary of what we did yesterday? You can raise up your hands. And anyone just give us a short recap? A short recap is important. If you don't give a recap, it means I'll have to take that training again. So yeah, can anyone give a short recap? You can raise up your hands if you want to speak. You know, contributions, we have marks for contributions also, so you have to contribute. So I need someone to give us a summary of what was discussed yesterday. Or should I call names? Yeah, I think I'm just going to call names. Ajala Oluwaseun Sama. Someone?
Hold on, please. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Okay, so we discussed about access points, how they are being operated. We have some access points that use fingerprints, pins, cards. We talked about different kind of access points. That is access control system. I mean, sorry.
For attendance.
attendance. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. We also talked about their grade, mid-level, low-level, how they work, how how they tend to operate with softwares, the kind of softwares they use, the ZKT softwares. Um, we talked about some devices, audio devices for the time attendance for ZKT and their functions, the ones with PoE, the ones with battery, the ones that are useful for some projects, the ones that are popular in Nigerian market, and the ones that are not really popular in Nigerian market. And that's all. Then we talked about different groups for training, people that would like to learn about the access control, people that would like to learn about the barricades, how the groups will be done week by week, 5 per week, 5 this week, 5 next week. We talked about many things.
All right. That's
I
good.
don't know if
So
expecting.
on the software side, what did we discuss on the software side?
So
Thank
we
you
talk,
very much, Ajala. I would like
Okay.
someone else to answer that part.
Okay.
Yusuf.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
So,
was not in the meeting yesterday.
oh, okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay, let me pick someone else. Joel.
Okay, so actually I had issue with the connections, and the only point where I was able to grab that yesterday was what has been mentioned, the level of ZKTeco attendance, the low level where it is meant for the small business and all that. So, but on the part of the software aspect, I didn't get that because I couldn't connect. Yes, I got totally lost due to the network then.
Okay. So for those that did not join yesterday, I hope you can, the slide has been shared, the URL has been shared, so you access that URL and use that to learn more. And if you have questions, you can share it on the group. So let's keep the ball rolling. So I need someone in particular to tell me to list the attendance softwares we have. I need someone in particular to answer that for me. Anybody? Anybody?
ZKTeco Biometric.
ZKTeco time. Good. Very good. Very good. Anybody else?
ZKTeco 3.5, but that is the old version.
Yes. Good. Then the cloud version is called what? The cloud version is called what? Anybody?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think time.
Yeah.
You asked the question.
We have a ZKTeco biotime.net.
Time.net. The cloud version of our attendance software is called what? Anybody? Sholoton Ahmed.
good. Thing is biotech security, some bird security. Security.
BioCloud.
Biotime Cloud.
One house, please. Yeah, the ZKTeco about time.
Cloud.
Cloud 2.0.
Yeah. So I can see that we are all trying, and you don't have to worry. These are things you'd experience. These are things you are going to know. You understand? So you don't have to worry about cramming it. You don't have to cram it. It's something you are going to get familiar with as long as you stay in the program. One quick check I want to do is, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Yeah. So if you can't hear me, because I ensure that my internet is stable right now, and if you can't hear me, please try and get a good network reception from your end. And so with that, you'll be able to hear me like properly. So today we'll be looking at, yesterday we discussed about the attendance products and the software they work with. So today we'll now be looking at the access control products and the softwares they work with. So for the access control products, they are quite different. So the distinction is that some of our attendance products also, they can support access control. But the reason why there's this classification is because of the software. There are some products that would not work with attendance software. There are some attendance products that will not work with access control software. And there are some access control products that will not work with the attendance, with our attendance softwares. So it's why we have these distinctions. And majority of attendance products we have, they support one door simple access control, right? So you can use them for one door simple access control. And the attendance product, basically, they are meant to be used for check-in, check-out, personnel check-in, check-out, and personnel control. They are not meant to be used for access control unless it's needed. So in this case, let me give a scenario. Say you have a customer that purchased attendance products from you. Initially, they are using that product for attendance, right? And they now reached out to you that they need a simple access control for a door. And the point at which the access control is going to be is where the attendance product is. So in some cases, you might not necessarily need to recommend another product for them. You can just say, okay, since it's a simple access control, we can use this attendance product for a simple access control also. So with that, you can, it makes it easier for you to, implement, and since it's a simple access control. So we are going to also see how those connection types are for access control. I'm going to be showing us. So I'm going to share my screen now. Hello, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Just need to move it to this side so I can put it on the slideshow. Yeah. So
Yes.
Yeah. So what we are going to talk about is the access control, the product list for access control, the accessories, the solution cases, and also the software. So that is what we are going to be discussing today on the access control side. So it's the categorization are in this format. The first form is the product list. Just like the way we have the attendance product grids, we also have access control product grids. And for access control, we have them in different types. We have them in low end, we have them in middle end, high end, we have the green label, then we have the access control panels. Then we have the access control panels. The access control panels in the security space, we call them the controllers. So that's in the product side. And in the solution side, we have access control products with QR function and access control products with intercom function. Then in the software, we now have them in three types. We have the IVS, which is now CV access. We have our whole biosecurity, and we have our bio-CV security. So the reason why this biosecurity was included was because we have some people that use a module in the biosecurity. Don't worry, when we are exploring the software, we are going to see how all those things plays out. So we have the bioaccess IPS, which is now bio-CV access, ZK bio-CV access. Then we have the ZK bio-CV security. So now let's look at the product list of access control from the low end. So the first is we have the SC series. These are low-end access control products for simple access control. We have the SA40, SC105, SC405, the SC700. They are the low grade RFID access control terminals. Then we have the metal series. One unique thing about the metal series is that you can use them, they serve the outdoor purpose. They are products that you can use outdoor, and they are cheap also. So they are outdoor products, they are IP65 rated. So we are going to see the properties as we move on. Then we have the fingerprint series, which is the LF10, the LF20. These are fingerprint access control terminals. Then we have the S series also. So I'm going to move forward so we can see a description of each of these series. Now, for the SA40, this SA40, they are very cheap. They don't have interface. They are just putting set of commands using the touchpads. You are inputting this set of commands to actually set verification access and different access modes, right? RFID cards reads in 125 kilohertz, right? Majority of RFID cards. IC cards, they read in megahertz. They are much more higher, and this product supports either of the two. You know, like I said yesterday, if you are making order for a product and you see that this product can support two functions, you have to actually ask. You have to communicate with the sales guy that, okay, for this SA40 I'm getting, I need the one for RFID. I need the one for MyFair. So the salesperson will check and confirm the availability of either of both. But by default, our products will always come in RFID. So, but if you now need those products to support MyFair, then you now need to, you know, request, make request for it. So for this set of products, it has a password length of 4 to 6 digits, a user capacity of 2,000, a password capacity of 2,000, password 4 to 6. You can set for 4 to 6 digits. So user capacity of 2000 means it will support a card capacity of 2000. So you can see that for these low-end products, they can also support high user counts. So say you have a project, a warehouse project of that requires probably large number of users to visit that works at the warehouse, and you need something very low, so you can opt for this kind of product. It only has one relay, one down sensor, one exit button, and one door bell, and it can't be used with software. It's a standalone access control product. The next is the SC105, which is a much more upgraded and higher series than SA series, but it still falls within the category of the low end. This would support a card capacity of 30,000 and transaction capacity of 80,000. So you can see how large this can support. So if you have a project with high number, you can use products like this. Then we have the SC405, which is an upgrade to the SC105. Then you have the SC705, which is an upgrade to the SC405. So the SC105 can store up to 50,000 cards, and there is optional function to store 100,000 cards with over 1 million records. So it means by default, when you get this product, it will come with the capacity to store 50,000 cards and there's an optional function to increase it to 100,000. The product itself is a standalone product. It works with our old software because this is a product that has been existing for a long time, and it has relay output for electric, for alarm, and it has a screen also where you can operate. The only limitation is that it doesn't have a keypad, right? It doesn't support keypad. It only supports card. So then for our metal series, we have the SKWH, SKWV. So the H is SKW horizontal, the V is SKW vertical. So when you are making order for the product, you need to know the kind of shape that you want to order for. And if you look at the model itself, you see the protection standard. The protection standard is IP65, which means you can use it outdoor. So you can use it in outdoor environments, but not fully outdoor because there are grade levels. So we have one of the highest level is IP68. We have IP67, IP68. IP67 and IP68 means come rain, come shine, you can put it outside without any shade or anything, it still works. But for IP65, it means you can put it outdoor, but you have to do a shield just to cover it. So because it won't be able to resist high pressure water jets, right? So high pressure water jets coming from the rain, it might not be able to resist high pressure water jets. But if you have a shield around it, a mini shade around it, it can still take in low pressure water jets and still work properly. For this product, it's a standalone product, doesn't work with any software. The settings are also done on the device itself, and the user capacity is low. The password capacity is also low. The user capacity is 5,000, The card capacity is also the user capacity is 5,000. The card capacity is also 5,000. So you can see here. So for the RFID metal series, we have the MKW also. So this is also design type, changes in design type. If you don't like this design, you can go for this design. So they come with the same functions, but just design-wise, they look different. So we also have the fingerprint series, which is the LF series. Can anyone hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So right. So we have the LF series also, which can take a fingerprint capacity of 1,005. This is also falls in the category of low grade. But one advantage to this is that it supports software, and you can use it with the software, the BioCV Access. Use it with the BioCV Access software. Then we have the X series. The X series is also similar to the SA series, but one unique thing about the S series is that it comes with fingerprints also, and the X series and the XA series, they don't use software, they are standalone, and they are low grade. You can see the capacity here, supports a card capacity of 500, a fingerprint capacity of 500 also. So, so these are meant to be used in areas that doesn't require like much more access control activities, just for simple access control. One example is like a store that only gets visited probably once a month, where you take stores. Now, so let's now go to the middle end products. So for the middle end, we have the SF series, we have the F series. So the SF series, SF100, SF300, SF400, we all know like that product. I spoke about SF series yesterday. Then we have the F series also. From the F series, we have the popularly known access control product called F18. How many of us know F18? Can we thumbs up? If you've had experiences with F18, thumbs up. Yeah. So we have our popular F18. So from the F series, it's where we have our F18. So F18 comes from the family of F7C. So if you have a question, just drop it in the chat. F7C, F16, F18, F19, F21. We have the F21 Lite, and we have the F22. Then we have the TF series. So the TF1600, the TF1700. Need to admit some guests. So the TF1700, I'm sure majority of us know TF1700. It's also a very good and durable standalone product. Then we have the MA series. So the MA series are also outdoor series. MA300, MA500, they are metal series, they are IP65, also IP65 rated. Then we have the visible lights, 2.4-inch, it's like with very small screen. We have the speed phase V3L. Then we have the 4-inch, which is the speed phase V4L, and speed phase V4LM1. So let's explore these products one after the other. So for the FSS 300, I know majority of us would have seen this product in the market. it's also quite popular, and people use it for standalone, right? They use it as a standalone product. And here we have the it has 2.8-inch touch screen. It can support a fingerprint of capacity of 1,500 and a capped capacity of 5,000. So it can support a capped capacity of 5,000 and a fingerprint capacity of 1,500. So we have the F7C. The F7C is not quite popular, but it's similar to it's part of the F18 family also. F7C can support a fingerprint capacity of 2,000 and a card capacity of 5,000, and also a record capacity of 100,000. Then we have our F16 and TF1600. So our TF series. So for TF, they can support capacity of up to 30,000 with a fingerprint capacity of 3,000. Then we have our high-end TF1700. Our high-end TF1700. TF1700 is also a family of the TF1600. And part of the new TF1700 we have now can now support software, can support our CV access software. So it can support a card capacity of 30,000 and fingerprint capacity of 3,000. So then we have the F18 and F19. So you can see that for products like this, they are displayed hot. So the hot product, the F18. So concerning the product, is always important for us to share, to check the anti-counterfeit. So when you get a product, it's always important to visit the ZKTeco anti-counterfeit website. You can see it here, www.zkteco.com/anti_counterfeiting inquiry. So I'm going to share this to the group. So when you get a product, you should always check this website. And the reason why I'm saying that is that for F18 products, a lot of anti-counterfeit products are out there, and you might not really know. You might not really know until you get the products, then you need support, then you now realize that yeah, you can't do anything anymore because there's an issue with the product and there's no way we can help you support that product because it's an anti-counterfeit product. So you need to be with the product you buy. When you get the products, you need to ensure that you get it from the authorized distributor. So then we have the F22 also. So the F22 product is also one of our very good products. It's an upgrade to F18. It supports software by default, the CV access software by default also. It also has a Wi-Fi functionality that aids in wireless connectivity to the software. Then you have the MA series. So the MA series, they are the metal series, right? The metal products, and they are waterproof, IP65, just like I said. But pay attention, IP65 would not withstand high water jet. So Yeah, the fact that you have MA300 does not mean that you should install it in an area where there is intense rain, right? So if you are installing in areas like that, you recommended to put covers on the products so that when there is instances like that, the covering layer can be able to cater for that. But when it's low water jets, it works perfectly. You splash water, you sprinkle water, and all that. It works perfectly well. Then we have the MA500. So the MA500 is also the part of the family of the MA300. And there's no GUI for this product. So when you get this product, it's always important to check the manual for instruction on the product. It's always very important. So for example, let me give you an example. Let's take MA300 for example. If I go to my my website and I type ZKTeco MA300. So when you are searching for anything ZKTeco, you have to make sure that you append ZKTeco, then the product name. So if I type ZKTeco MA300 and I hit enter, so you are going to see the first thing you see MA300ZKTeco.com. So if I click OK, you have to look for the URL with ZKTeco.com. So if I click OK, you can now get more information about that product. So if I scroll down, you see the properties. Okay, this product does 110,000. So you don't need to stress and find salespeople. So it's why it's necessary to understand the products we have. So hence why I was taking you through the attendance products yesterday and also the access control products today, so that when you have the idea of the model, you can be able to easily search online yourself and figure out the properties you need from any of these products. You understand? So now can you see my screen? Someone is saying they can't see my screen. If you can see my screen, thumbs up.
Can see your screen.
Yeah, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. Maybe the person needs to log out and log in.
Right. Yeah. So if you're having a poor network reception, please try and fix it, and fix it before you put it in the chat that you can't see the screen. You understand? So so you can see that I can see all the information on that product. I can even come here and download like manual. So you see, I'm going to download the manual now. So data sheet, user manual on how to use, installation guide, everything is there. So if I click on data sheets, right, maybe you want to send to the customer. So you can see the data sheets, very easy. You download, you see all the things it can work with. Here it's talking about the device. You can connect it to, you can slave it to a reader, you can slave it to an exit button, you can use it with door lock, electric lock. You can also connect it to CV access software. You can see that majorly all the information I need, I've gotten it already on this software. I don't need to say I want to contact sales, or I want to do anything. I want to find ZKTeco inquiry, and so you can easily just go online, make the research, and every information is available to you. For ZK, every information is available to you. So if I click on, for MA300, if I click on download user manual, so I'm going to see the user manual. See, it's the user manual for MA300. So I can just like learn about the product itself, how it works, how it is configured, how I can configure it, because it has no GUI. So it means I need to learn so many things about it. I also need to learn how to access the software, how to configure the settings, how to do all those things. So you can get these informations like online, right? And majorly when people reach out to support team for issues, right? What support we also do first, the first level is to see if you've followed the process as it is in the user manual, right? They will also look at the user manual. Okay, did he follow this part? Did he do this? Did he do this connection? So you can see like every step on how to add everything is there on the device. How to add the device, how to search, everything is there on the in the manual, right? So what the support will also do is to check if you've accessed, if you've been able to if you've been able to go through the user manual yourself and learn about that product before you even go out to install that product. It's very important. When you have a project account, the first thing you want to do is to learn about the product that you want to go and work on. So after learning on the product, it gives you that confidence to now go out, because every ZK product, they have their own little unique configuration steps. Although the configuration to the software follows the same pattern, but because of the nature of some product, you might have to follow certain steps to actually achieve that configuration, right? Because of the nature of that project, like products with no GUI, with no interface, and products with interface, they lead to the same configuration, but the steps at which you would achieve this configuration might be a little bit unique, right? Might be a little bit different to each other. So it's very important that you follow that procedure. So let's now we now have our visible light series. You know, yesterday I made mention of visible lights products, right? Can anyone tell me what visible light products are? Anybody, anyone, any idea? I mentioned it yesterday.
Okay. Can you hear me? Good morning.
So yeah, good morning.
Okay. Okay. I think you said when visible light ones are, you don't need to come too close to the device for it to capture your face. You don't need to come too close. Just it can just sight you from a distance and it's able to capture your face.
Yeah, very good. I like that layman definition that you gave. It shows that a lot of people are actually paying interest. Thank you very much. That's Friday Omaka. Thank you very much for that
Yes.
response. Right.
Yeah.
So visible light products are products that that uses light technology to actually capture facial markings. Right. They use the light technology to capture facial markings. And ZKTeco products is one of those few products that has transitioned to using visible light. If you check other products, you see that they are still using the infrared technology, and infrared technology are not as robust and efficient as visible lights. And infrared technology has not solved the problem of spoofing yet. I mentioned spoofing yesterday. Can anyone define what spoofing is?
Okay, so I think good morning. Okay, Ajala.
Mr. Ajalas. So we want to respond to
instances where people snap pictures on their phone and put it to the camera of the time attendance to do fraudulent record, which is an act of spoofing. So For infrared, it's easy for me to snap my picture on the phone and just put the phone to the camera of the system, and it marks my attendance. So I think that's the act of.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that response. Mr. Chukuma, can you give your own definition?
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Like, you can use those are the people that use people's picture to capture instead of their real face.
Yeah. So
Okay. I wanted
yeah,
to add a little
yeah.
to it. So it's just like the process of fake identity, like imposing, like let's say, let me not use the word imposing, like not the real person trying to identify itself to pass through a particular place. So like you made an example of using a picture to identify rather than using the face of the person. So using the infrared, you can actually use the picture to get past through that, but using the face, like you have to like verify that it is you actually making that entrance.
Yeah. So
good morning,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, good morning.
So sorry to cut you. Based on the answer that people provide now, make me want to ask this question, because a case happened after the lecture yesterday here, whereby we are looking for a product that whereby they can snap in somebody, and or they can use the device to snap that person, and we want a situation whereby immediately we snap it, it will go to the system and check whether the person is already registered before or not. And if it is registered, it will just bring the profile of that person. Is it possible for this device to do that?
Sorry, can you ask your question again?
Okay, now they capture a criminal. So now they took the criminal to the device and used the device to snap or to scan the face of that criminal, and the device will take the picture and go back to the software and fetch whether the criminal is already registered or being captured before. And if it is there, it will return the criminal profile and the picture.
Yeah.
Is it possible for this device to do that?
Yeah, so that is that scenario is used in image search for cameras.
Yes.
So the device are basically for authentication and data storage. So what you would use, because you can use the device to take the person's you can use the device to take the person picture, but when it now comes to search, it depends on the software. And before you can use that, you need the software to have an algorithm capacity to detect face chats, face matching. So when you capture someone's facial feature on the software, then you now, with the device, then you now use a phone to capture the person's face. You can upload that person's picture and run a face search on the picture. So you would check, you would see that when we are talking about the software, but it's more on the surveillance side. So, and also, if you want to ask a question, let's wait till the Q&A, okay? So because we don't want to,
okay, thank you.
We don't want to spend so much time on that. So the Q&A, after the slide, you can write your questions down and have it, so we can now discuss after the slide, so we don't digress. Okay. All right. So for the visible light, we have the V3L. Which is medium head. So you can see the user capacity 3000, cast capacity 3000, face capacity 500, and finger capacity 3000. You can see how low the face capacity is. So because the product itself is a middle-end product, and you have to also be very careful. So when you see user capacity, okay, so when you see user capacity of 3,000, yeah, some people would assume that because this device has 3,000 users, it means it will take 3,000 face. Like some people just automatically assume. So it's why it is very important to always check the parameters of that product. So for this product now, it can take 3,000 users. It can only support 500 faces. It means out of those 3,000 users, only 500 of those users can use face authentication. All the 3,000 can use a card, they can use fingerprint, but only 500 can use face authentication. So you can see that distinction. So you have to be very careful also when you are to always ensure that you read the data sheet of that product in and out before you purchase for the clients. And I know whatever clients you are installing for, they would always give you the specification of what they want. So you now use that to check. We also have the Speedface V4L. So the V4L would take a face capacity of 800, the print capacity of 800, the card capacity of fingerprint capacity of 800, card capacity of 1,000. So you can see the V4L is a little bit lower as compared to the V3L. And the V4L, instead of fingerprint, it has what we call the palm. So it uses the palm. So it means you can use palm authentication, face authentication, and card authentication, but you can't use fingerprint authentication. And for face and card, it supports 800 face and 800 palm. So it means for a user, you can only add 800 face and 800 palm for those users, and it can support a card capacity of 1,000. So we also have the V4L M1. That's it's an advanced version of V4L. Comes with a much more different shape as compared to the V4L. So you can see there are two different shapes. So now for the high-end product list. So these are high-end products, expensive ones that are high-end. So we have the multi-bio 800 and multi-bio 800H. We have the PA10. We have the FV series. The FV are the finger vein. They are called the finger vein series. So finger vein are products that would read through the veins. They don't only read the prints, they read through the veins. So they are called the finger vein series. They are using highly secured area. These are technologies that are used in highly secured area like banks, bank vaults. So where you need a thorough authentication of that person. So for products with fingerprint, it means you can't spoof fingerprints also. Take for example, we've all seen these movies where we have we see all those movies where all those action movies where they will cut the person's finger, maybe bank manager's fingers. The thieves will cut the bank manager's finger. Then they'll now go to the bank and now use the finger. They now use it to access and take whatever they want to take. But with technology like this, even if you cut the manager's fingers, it won't allow access. So you can't also spoof the fingerprint. Then we have the visible light series of those products. One of our popular is the Speedface V5L. I'm sure majority of us are familiar with the Speedface V5L. Can you thumbs up if you are familiar with the Speedface V5L? Yeah. Only one person, 2 or 3. Because I know how popular Speed Face V5L is. It's one of our visible light products. Then we have the Face Depot 7BL also. And we have our Red Face. Red Face is actually not popular in Nigeria. So let's explore these products. So for the multi-bio, so multi-bio has this kind of uniqueness to it, especially the H series. The multi-bio 800H is the only product that can read ATM cards, right? That can actually take data from ATM cards and read. So it's a very secure product. The first gate is the multi-bio 800, which is the old version. You can take a fingerprint capacity of 1,000, face of 4,000. Then we have the H, which can take a fingerprint capacity of 4,000. So you can see for the card capacity, it can take 10,000 optional. And it can support multiple range of cards. It can support Desfire, it can support HID. So, but remember, if you want to use with any type of cards, you have to specify. It's very important. Always make your specification that, okay, I want to buy multi-bio and I want HID module on it, because each of these are their modules, right? They are modules. So those modules are what is embedded on the device itself with the antenna. The antenna is what will read the card and, you know, send the signal to the module to, you know, instruct, and the board instructs the transistors. So for this particular type, so it comes with this different types of cards, support different types of card, but you need to, you know, make the specification when you are making your order. Then we have the palm and fingerprint, the PA10. So the PA10, it's actually a very good product. It's one of the products that comes with PoE function. So you can power with PoE. It has a PoE function. Then you can power the product using PoE. And it has a fingerprint capacity of 3,000 and a palm capacity of 800. So then we have the FV. So this is how the FV series looks like, the FV800. So it's just like F18, but the module was changed to these modules. So to this fingerprint model. So that's why you have it this way. So it's a regular F18 with a finger vein module used with it. So this is used in high secured environments, and it adopts a new firmware. So you can order, if you have a bank projects, you know, you can recommend products like this for the bank. High-end, also cost-effective products. We also have the MV350, which is also similar to the FV18. So for visible light products, the Speed Face 5 inches. So the Speed Face products, they are one of our unique and interesting products. They are they've been used for different integrations. They are flexible. They support third-party entrance control integration. It's a very good and unique product, and they come with all form of authentication: fingerprint recognition, face recognition, palm recognition, QR code, temperature detection. You know, they support our software, the BIOS CV access, the BIOS CV security also. Then for the Speed Face, they support a face capacity of 6,000, a palm capacity of 3,000, a card capacity of 10,000. So it's they are unique in their own way, and they come in different type. We have the Speed Face V5L, we have the Speed Face V5L TD, which is the speed phase V5L temperature detection. Then we have the speed phase V5L TI, which is the speed phase V5L thermal imaging also. So these are the types. Then aside the speed phase V5L, yesterday I was saying there are some products that supports all the authentication, but when it comes to fingerprint and QR, they will either support fingerprint or either support QR. Speedface is one of those products that supports fingerprint and supports QR, but you need to specify the one that you need. So for this Speedface 5 QR, it's always very interesting to use when it comes to projects like visitor management, where you require visitor to print a card. When you require the visitor to generate a ticket, then the ticket can now be used for for access. So Speedface is one of those products that allows that function. So the Speedface QR is also similar to the Speedface. It has all the functions. The only thing is instead of fingerprints, you are having the QR code. Then we have the Speedface H5. I know majority of us also know this product is also popular. How many of us know Speedface H5? Can we thumbs up? With the head of Speedface H5. Very good. Yeah. So it has a face capacity of 6,000, fingerprint capacity of 10,000, card capacity of 10,000. Then we have the Speedface M1. The Speedface M1 is also a very good product, but a lot of people, it's not quite popular in Nigeria. I don't know why, but probably it's due to the shape. But this is to introduce the product to you. It's a good product. It's a face product, face and card. Doesn't use fingerprints. It has a face capacity of 6,000, palm capacity of 3,000, card capacity of 10,000. Then we also have the Speedface M2. M2 also is a face and card type of product. Then we have the Speedface M4. The Speedface M4 product, also a very good product, unique product, interesting product also. After the training, you can look at the sheets. Then we have the Face Depot 7BL series. How many of us have encountered the Face Depot? How many of us have used it for projects? Can you thumbs up? Yeah. So the Face Depot is also a very good product. It comes in two types. It comes in both Android and Linux interface. So it's also a very good product. Then we have the Visible Light series, which is the rare face. Can we mute? Taufik, can you mute yours? Can you mute your mic? Taufik, can you mute your mic? Okay. So we have the Green Labels series. So the Green Label series, there are series that comes with 2 years warranty when you get them. We have the Pro RF series, the Pro Capture, the Impulse, and let's explore them because of time. So we have the Pro RF. You can see the Pro RF series. It's a standalone terminal. It also supports software. It can be used as a slave reader, and it supports the ZKCV access and CV security software also. Then we have the Pro RFT. This comes with its GUI interface. So one thing about these products is that they support large number of capacity. So here you can see this product supports up to 50,000 card capacity. So which means that for this kind of product, you can use it for high-level projects, right? High-level access control projects that required card authentication. Then we have the Pro Capture T. This is a little bit low, supports 6,000 fingerprints and 10,000 card capacity. Then we have the Pro Capture WP, which comes with a fingerprint of 20,000 and a card capacity of 10,000. Then we have the Pro Capture Hex. The Pro Capture Hex also comes with a card capacity of 50,000 and a fingerprint capacity of 20,000. Then you have the Pro Bio also. You have the Impulse, which comes with this design shape. It's a finger ring product, just like the way we have the Heavy 18. This is the high-end product of the Heavy 18 also. Then we have our Pro MA. So our Pro MA is one of those interesting products that are used in outdoor. So if you are looking for an outdoor visible light product, you can consider using the Pro MA series. So the Pro MA is IP65 rated and it can work with CV security. It's outdoor weatherproof. It has a very good design, so you can see the water jets on it. So it can support a fingerprint capacity of 10,000 and a face capacity of 30,000 with an optional feature to support 50,000 face capacity. So you can see how large that is. And card capacity of 50,000, transaction capacity of 500,000. So, and it's an outdoor product. So if you are looking like for an outdoor access control terminal that can be used outdoor, this is your go-to guy. But remember, the Pro MA is also IP65 rated and cannot withstand high pressure water jets. Then we now have our strong, durable, efficient products called the ProFace. The ProFace X series comes in 3 types. We have the ProFace X, the ProFace X CD, the ProFace X TI, thermal imaging, TD temperature detection, and just the regular ProFace X. So the ProFace X will take face capacity of 30,000, palm capacity of 5,000, user and card capacity of up to 50,000. So you can see how interesting that is. So for the temperature detection, this was developed during the COVID era, and to guard against COVID. But one unique thing about the ProFace is the only product that is IP67 rated, and it has an IK07 rating, which means if the product falls on the ground, it will take like immense pressure before you can break the product. It's one of our unbreakable products, and it can be used outdoor. Like when I say outdoor, fully outdoor, you can put it outdoor. But the only limitation to it is it's a face and palm and card product. It doesn't support fingerprints. So it doesn't support fingerprint, but it supports face, supports card, and it supports palm. So then we have the other design, but not for outdoor, the Visible Light Elite series, the Elite Access, the Elite Pass. So you can see that ZK has like beautiful products. And like I said, if you want to learn about this product, even with the user manual, just follow the instruction I I gave the last time. Go online, ZKTeco, then the products, ZKTeco, then the product model. You get access to see the product itself. Then this is the Elite Plus. The Elite Plus is also similar to the Prophase, but should not be used in outdoor. So it is used for turnstiles, installation and integrations. So the Elite Plus also has a thermal imaging to detect temperature. So for the controller side, ZK has different controllers, and to cue you in a little, I'm going to open something. Can you see my screen? So this little architecture here shows you what a controller can do. So a controller is also basically more like a biometric device, but it's a control point that controls multiple block interfaces. In our next meeting, we are going to be talking about access control connections, how to connect access control, and how to configure connect access control standalone, and also how to connect with controllers. But I just wanted to see an overview of what a controller does. So a controller links software, links the lock together, exit button, and other things. So for ZKTeco, we have different types of controllers. And these different types of controllers, they have different functions, right? And these functions are unique to to the ability of what they can take. So first is we have the C series, we have the Atlas series. So they are broken in different types. The RFID series are the C series and the Atlas series. So which means these are controllers that can only support RFID readers. They are controllers that can only support RFID readers. They are the C series. Then we have the fingerprint series, which are controllers that support both fingerprints and RFID. That's the InBio series. So, and you can see the reader series they support: the KL series, the QR series, the fingerprint series, the face series, and they have their card issuers. Then we now have the green label series, which are the Pro series, the InBio Pro, the C3 Pro, and their readers that supports them. Then, aside these access controllers, we now have the elevator controller. So the elevator controller are the EC10 series. So we are also going to talk about that. So someone asked a question now, and I want anyone that has been following me to answer that person. I want answers. The person said, can we get, okay, he said, can we get the product catalog that we can go through after the training? Yes, this document will be shared with us. So I thought he was asking of the exact particular product. So, but after this has been shared with us, I would want us to go online, and if we see a particular model that catches our attention, I would implore us to go online and, like I showed you, it's free. ZKTeco resources are free. They are available everywhere online. The resources are free to use. The product, the user manual, they are online. They are free to use, easy to use. So the RFID controllers, one of the C3 is the C260. So this is a mini controller to control 2 doors by default, right? And it's a mini controller. It's a mini access controllers. Doesn't support software. A standalone controller that can support up to 2 doors. Then we have the C3 series. The C3 series, they come in 3 types. We have the C100, the C200, and the C400. So wherever you see something like a controller with this 100, 200, this 100 means it can only support 1 door, which means it only has 1 door relay. C3 200 means it has 2 door relays, and C300 means it has 4 door relays. C3 400 means it has 4 door relays. So you can see that. And so you can see the communication protocol. So it can only support cards. It can only support cards, and it can't support readers that uses fingerprint technology. It only supports readers with that uses card technology. It's powered with 12 volts. This is not how it comes, but this is just the interface. Yeah. So if you look at that controller, you can see the relay points of that controllers. So the C series, it also has its package. It has the package B that has the control panel where you can actually mount it. The control panel will come with power supply and backup battery to ensure that when power goes off, the controller doesn't, go offline. And this product will support our software, the CV access and the CV security. These are products that support the softwares. Then we have our InBio series. I know majority of us know about this product. If we've used this product before, thumbs up. Thumbs up if we've used this product before. Anyway. Yeah. So I know majority of us have installed this product. This is the InBio. So this difference between the InBio and the C series. You see here, you see InBio. Bio here means biometrics, right? Support. So it supports both cards and biometrics. So the InBio series. So we also have them InBio 160, 260, and 460. Like I said, 160 supports 1 door, 260 supports 2 door, 460 supports 4 doors. So, and it also has its control panel. So there are 2 ways to order it. When you order InBio, they give you the cost for InBio. But when you order InBio package B, they'll give you the cost for the InBio plus the package B. So you get the package B with you also. Then we have the Wigand readers that supports this, the KL series. I know majority of us are familiar with these products, with the KL products. They are purely Wigand. In our next class, you are going to understand what a Wigand reader is and what an RS-485 reader is also. So we have the RS-485 reader series also. So we have the KR 50, KR 500. Then we have our MR, which is our outdoor reader. You can see this is IP66 waterproof. So if you are looking for a reader to slave to a controller and you want the reader outdoor, so you can consider these metal readers. Any of our product that is metal is outdoor rated. Then we have the Emerald series, the Emerald 1010 and Emerald 1020. One is vandal-proof, one is waterproof also. Then we have our QR readers. We have the QR50, the QR500, the QR600. These readers you are seeing here, they are to be slaved with the controller. They are not biometric. You know, I mentioned the biometric device first, and now these are readers. These are readers for controllers. They are not readers for standalone. So if you just buy this one and say you want to install for clients, there's nothing you would use it with. You can only use it with a controller. So much more of that will be explained in our next class. Then we have the QR code reader. We have the QR500. We have the QR600. So this is the shape of the QR500. It comes in two shapes, the black or the white. Then we have the QR600. Comes in the vertical shape or the horizontal shape. Then we have the FR1200 readers. Also, the FR1200 readers are also waterproof. They are IP65 rated also, and they are RS485. They use the RS485 communication. Don't have to worry. That will be explained to you in the next class. Then we have our new face reader, the KF series. So one thing about the face readers is that they only work with the Inbio Pro Plus series. The face readers only works with the Inbio Pro, only works with the Inbio Pro Plus series. Face readers only works with the Inbio Pro. Face readers only works with the Inbio Pro Plus series. So we have them in the KF series, KF 1100, KF 1200. So then we have the CL series, the CL10, the CL20. So these are card issuers to issue cards. So after you are done with your installation, you want to add card, then you just plug this to your laptop and you issue the card from the software. Now this is our green label controller, the Inbio Pro series. So you know the last one I showed you was the Inbio. So this is the Inbio Pro series. The difference between the Inbio Pro and the Inbio is that the Inbio Pro series, they are the latest and they use the push communication protocol, and they support advanced access control functions. So you don't have to worry, the distinctions will be given in the next class. And for the Inbio, just the same thing, it supports one door, 160 for one door, 260 for two doors, 460 for four doors. It's also our green label controller modems. Then we have our wireguard readers that supports this Inbio Pro. We have the Pro ID 10, Pro ID 20, Pro ID 40, which I'm sure most of us are familiar with. Then we have the RS type. So for this product, if you are ordering the RS type, you see the model Pro ID 20 RS, which is RS485. You can see every other product, you see them in the RS. So it means when the products are coming, they come with that communication interface. You don't have to worry if you don't know about that will be explained to you soon in the next class. So we have the multi-tech reader series that combines the Wagon and the RS45. So you can also buy the multi-tech readers. Then we have the FR1500 series. So one unique thing about this FR1500 is we have the ordinary FR1500 and we have the FR1500S. This FR1500S, the S here is supposed our new Silk ID fingerprint sensor. Our Silk ID fingerprint sensor works even if the fingerprint is rough, even if the fingerprint is wet, even if the fingerprint is dry. So these are sensors that will still read at ultra low level fingerprint detection. Then we have our card issuer for this product, the CR Pro. Then we have our elevator controller. So for our elevator controller, we have the EC10, we have the ES16. So the EC10 is the controller, which means this controller has 10 relays to support 10 floors, 10 elevator floors. So you can slave each buttons to each of the relays and logically control these relays. Then we have the EX16, which is the extension. The ES16, which is the extension board for the product. Then for the extension for access control, we have the EX080808. This extension is for auxiliary. So the extension for this is primarily for auxiliary. So if you have more auxiliary functions that you want to add to the in-bio controller, you can add this extension. So then we have the DM10 series, the standalone access controllers, the DM10. Then we have the readers, the ZK9500. So the ZK9500. So if you are getting a fingerprint issuers, you need to know the type. There are some card issuers that that supports the Silk ID sensors, which of them is the ZK9500, and there are some that support the regular sensors. Those ones are the ZK800 fingerprint readers. So then we have the access control panels. ZK will also sell you the power supply. So when you are ordering for, if you have an access control project and you want to order for products, you can also order for the power supply. And we also have the TMP, the SMPS for each of these for the power supply. We also have the locks in different type. We have the LB12, LB22, LB35. This is the multi-lock. In some cases, we call them the strike lock. Then we have them here. Then we have the AL series strike lock. So this one comes with latch that latches onto the door. Then we have the motor lock. Then we have the electromagnetic lock. I'm sure majority of us know, we all know about this. And this is the electromagnetic lock. We have them in two models, depending on the size. So for each of the model, so I've included the mounting description there when you get them. They all have their plates and they come in different bracket forms. We have the L brackets, we have the Z brackets. In some cases, they call it a PLPZ brackets. Then we have the U brackets. So the PLPZ brackets, they are used for doors, depending on the nature of that door. the type of brackets, depending on the nature of door, is what you use. In some cases where you have glass door, then you can now use the U brackets. So we have the CM series for the lock. So this is the kg of the lock. This is 180 kg, 280 kg, 350 kg, and 500 kg for every dose. So these are the types. I'm sure you're familiar with locks. Then we have our accessories, the break glass, exit button. For emergency, we have them in different types. Then we have the touchless exit button, where you don't have to touch, just over your hand. I'm sure majority of us are familiar with this. It's called the TLDP. We have the 01, 02. Then we have the normal touch exit button, the EB series. Then we have other accessories, the door sensors, the blasters, the alarm sensors. We also have those accessories. So for our product solutions, we have the ZK Biotalk. Although the ZK Biotalk is not as common in Nigeria, because a lot of people would opt for the pure intercom, but the ZK Biotalk is also a good software for intercom within the facility. You can actually interact with a user. So say you have one of these products at the door, so you can actually just interact with the user at the door using the ZK Biotalk client software. Then we have our ZSmart app that you can also achieve this with our ZSmart app. A lot of people use this ZSmart app for that function, for the two-way talkback. Then we have our video intercom units, the indoor units that uses the C protocol. So in some cases, you can use these products, the Speedface series. You can use it with the indoor units. Then we have our QR code for visitor management. We have them in different types and data matrix. So these are the data QR code and code type we can support. The regular standard one, the Aztec code, and the PDF 417, which are used in airports. Then this is our QR product list. We have the Speedface QR mostly, the ProBio QR, and the Pro MA QR. So the Speedface and the Pro MA are the two biometric products that comes with that you can order a QR module for. There's also the G4, which is just recently created, the G4 QR also. So in the software type, we have the ZK Bio CV Access, formerly known as the IVS. So it's a light platform. So these are the two softwares that we currently support, the IVS and the CV security. These are the two softwares that we currently support. The IVS is also called the CV Access. So if you search online, use the CV Access, don't use the IVS, because this is the old version. So use ZK Bio CV Access, ZK Bio CV Security. So these are the two softwares that you can support. So the IVS is just the name change, just the UI change. The features are still the same. It's the light version. And for CV Access, for this CV Access, the license is free for 15 doors. So if you have a project less than 15 doors, you can get a free license. So to get a free license, we made a video on YouTube on our YouTube channel, but I'm also going to show us here. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share this tab. So if we go to the regular ZK website, this is how to get a free license. We go to the support, come down. You'll see free license download. And you see on the ZK website, I'm going to share this side with us. So because a lot of people will install CV Access and they will meet some people that want to sell it to them, you know. The license is free for $15, just $15. So if you have a project of $2, $3, you won't complain that ZK, they are doing me bad. ZK is doing me bad. They are selling license for me. They're this, that. No, we have free CV Access license that is free for $15. The CV Access license is free for $15 and you can download it on our website for free. You can download it for free on our website. If you come to the ZK website, you will see the free license download and you can download the CV Access license. So for our installers in the house, so have this in mind. I'm only going to say it once. I'm not saying it again. I've given you the trick to it, and I'm not going to answer any question on it. I've given you the trick to it already. Do what you can with it. It's out there. Use it and don't sell it. Use it. Instruct people. So you can see that ZKTeco is really helping. Like, it's really ensuring that majority of these things. If you purchase a Lenel controller or you purchase a passing controller, you pay for the license. Even if it's $1, you pay. So, but ZKTeco has made it easy. For the $15, you have the privilege to, you know, make use of it. So for the CV Access, that's the CV Access. So it's called the CV Access. So it's a lightweight access control software. We are going to look at that software too, so you don't have to worry. In the course of this training, we are going to explore every software. So I've sent the link. This is the link in the group for the license. Go to support and find it. ZKTeco supports and find it. Then we now have the king of all software, the CV Security. The CV Security can contain up to 21 modules. Up to 21 means you can use it for, it is used for projects with different use cases. Say you want a project of attendance, access control, parking, elevator, visitor management, patrol guard solution, hotel log solution. These are, you can combine CV Security, so everything gets managed on one software. It's actually very good, very interesting to use, and it should be used for projects, high-end project, because the license for CV Security is not free. It's not free. There's no $15 free or anything on CV Security. You pay for the license for CV Security because it's a project software and it's heavily maintained to support you. So, but for the CV Access, it's lightweight, used for access control. So the CV Access can support self-service visitor management, 17 available language, supports personnel tracking, different functions. Just look at it. So to get more information on it, you can also go online, ZKTeco CV Security. So you can check and look. So anything ZK you are searching for, just put ZKTeco first before that product. So you you'll be able to access it and get more information on that. So this is the comparison with the old Access 3.5. We still have the Access 3.5, but we are not supporting it anymore. It's still publicly available to everybody, or it's not a web-based software. It's an application software that is old. Public key is also found online. You can download it. And the CV security and the CV access, they are the two software that ZKTeco currently supports. And in the course of the training, we'll be looking at how they work, their interface, and everything that borders around them. So thank you very much for this. I'll take the questions before we round up today. Let's discuss. If you have any questions, feel free to share. So the assessments will be given today. So you have to do the assessment over the weekend. In the link that was shared with you today to access the resources, a folder will be created there. In that week one, you are going to see in the week one folder, you'll see a folder called assessments. So it's going to be created before the end of today. So you see a folder called assessments. In that folder, in that assessment folder, you see your assessments where you can, you access the questions we've set for you to answer, and the little task will be given to you to work on. Please endeavor to do those tasks. I'm sure majority of us already understand about most of these things. And also some quiz will be shared in the group. I want us to answer. Know that for every contribution you are making, you are being graded. And the grading has started, and I want you to put energy, and it's in a short period we are done with the program, and you've become certified. And I want to see you, and I would love to see you physically. I would love to see you attempt projects. I would love to see you work on projects, go to sites. I would love to see you design solutions around our products. These are the things I'd want us to do. But all these things would only be achievable if you engage in the group, engage questions that are asked in the group, and also practice the assessments. Yeah, Joel. Yeah, Joel wants to ask a question. Joel, you can ask a question. Okay. So if you have any questions, let's raise our hands. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, you can unmute now.
Okay. Thank you for the class. I really appreciate and enjoyed the teaching. So I have a challenge. So I have a project to integrate access control into an elevator. So I brought this to your office, but I didn't get the satisfying answer that I wanted. So actually, a company installed the elevator, and I'm to integrate the access control with my company is to integrate the access control with the elevator. So, and the company that installed the elevator said he only needs dry contact. So, and by the time I was looking, I find out that in bio 460 will be enough to do what I want to do, because it's only, I just have just 3 floors. First floor is front and back, second floor, ground floor, front and back, second, first floor, front and back. Then the last floor is only one space. So I only need just like maximum of 6 points for me, which inbound 460 will be able to do this for me. So I've searched and I found out that inbound 460 will do it. Then for the safety of the panel, I should just get maybe relay modules to be able to ensure that there's no voltage from the control from the elevator coming back to my controller. So I want an insight from you if this will actually work. But I don't mind buying the inbound 460 and try myself. That's my question.
Okay, so the elevator control, the elevators, are they just one elevator with 6 floors, or they are different elevators? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think Joel has issues with his network. So when he's online, I think I'll answer the question. Yeah, Ajala.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, please let's raise our hands so we have some people that have raised their hands already. Ajala.
Okay, sir. Good day, everybody. I want to ask a question because there was a project I was supposed to implement, and I'll be implementing it anytime soon. And I've come to your office already. I met with someone very special to me. I just met him, and I wanted to get the P260. So the whole project is like this: there's an head office with 4 floors. They need an attendance, something like an attendant, whereby they can know the time the staff comes in. That is time attendance. But the thing is, they want a institution that anybody can clock in from anywhere within the building. Then they have 70 station outlets, whereby they want, because they transfer staffs from one station to another. And the one I've done before is you have to be manually registering the staff for the new station biometrics. So one situation whereby everything is on a database, any station you go to, you clock in, it shows the time and the station you clock in. But at the same time, I want a device that is PoE enabled. So what I was through to my research, I discovered the P260 could do that. But I don't know if, because in the case you don't have it in your office, I do what I want to achieve.
All right. So what you want to achieve is more on the software side, right? The multi-mate software. As we progress in this training, you get to understand how that is achievable. So, but just to give you an holistic insight into it, the software itself, you can categorize devices. So let's say, for example, you said they have a building, right? And they want everybody to, be able to access from anywhere.
Yeah, so they want to buy for each floor, buy that machine.
I understand. Yes. So on the software itself, you can group device under the same area. So when you group devices under the same area, it means the record on this device can be transferred into the record on other devices. But there's a clause, and that clause is that if you are getting those devices, you have to get the same model types. So when you get the same model types, it will be easier for the employees to sync as long as the devices are under the same area. So if the devices are under the same area, it means the employees can be synced together. So you don't need to manually sync, you don't need to manually register employee on this. So, and if all the employees are synced on the devices, it means an employee in floor A can clock in floor B, clock out in floor C, because those devices, they're already grouped under the same area. So they are acting as one, as though they are one. And if you are now talking about other stations, then you now need to consider one element, and that element is called the server having a public IP, right? If you are opting for our cloud software, which is the Biometric cloud, say the client doesn't have the architecture, the network architecture to actually cater for that kind of implementation, you can go for our cloud. It's about time cloud. You just sign up the customer, and the licenses per number of devices and number of users. So they will pay. They can pay yearly. They can pay quarterly. They can choose to pay monthly. Right? They can choose to pay on a subscription basis, because the cloud is a subscription. It's subscription based. But the element is the public IP, right? You want to access from different stations. So if you have that public IP, it means you can now do what we on the software. You cannot do what we call personnel transfer. With personnel transfer on the software, is with just one click. If an employee is meant to go to this station, you can just transfer the employee to that station. So when they get to that station, they can be able to use the device at that station. So all these are achievable using that using the software.
Okay, thank you. But the devices must be the same at all.
Yes, the devices must be the same. They must be the same model. That's the standard. Yes. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Joel. So
Yeah.
to answer, so you went offline. To answer your question.
Yes, I lost connection.
So you see we have controllers for elevator, right? And these controllers, comes with 10 relays, right? It's called the EC10. The same relay that exists on this controller exists on the access controller. But the problem now is that the reason why we separated them is because on these controllers, you have up to 10 relays. And these relays, they are, so you also need to ask you also need to get more information from the clients. So this is outside of this class, but just to show you, say you have an elevator, right? Each elevators, they have buttons, right? And these buttons are responsible for taking you to the designated floors, right? Right? Can you hear me? Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, basically, each of these buttons, they are relays that are already connected to the elevator control panel. So let's say by default, this is the state. So when you enter the elevator, you click on this button, it sends signal to this control panel. When you click on button 1, the elevator controller activates button 1, so you can go to the first floor. So the introduction of the ZK EC10, which is the elevator controller, is now the 10 relays that are on it, which means those 10 relays can support 10 floor, is that you are now using it as a middle control layer, right? So which means instead of this button connecting directly to the elevator panel, it will first pass through this elevator controller where it would hold that flow. So if anybody comes and click on this button, they won't have access unless there's a permission, and that permission is achieved through the controller and the PC that is here, because on the software you now permission that, okay, I want to permission this user to have access to this. So when the user comes inside the elevator, there's going to be a reader here, right? When the user comes with the required access and taps on this reader, the reader sends information to this controller. The controller opens up this circuit. So from here, it's linked to here. When you tap, when the user tap and the user has access, that connection goes directly to, there's a release of flow that goes to this, that goes to the elevator controller. So the button gets activated. So the user can now click on that button and access. But if the user doesn't have access to that floor, which is that button, a button will control one floor now.
Yeah.
If the user doesn't have access to that floor, it means when they badge on the card, nothing will activate, because when they badge on the card, the reader will send information to the controller, and the controller will verify from the software, does this user have permission? No. If he doesn't have permission, it doesn't open that relay point. So if you are using InBio has similar thing, but InBio, the folders you are talking about only has 4 relays, which means you can only, so say you want to even slave in elevator where you have six of those, it means you can only use one InBio for just 4 of those buttons. And there is a separate standard module for elevator, which means you won't be able to use it. So you will not be able to use the access module as though as it is an elevator. So it means the elevator buttons will now be working as door locks. Right?
Yes.
So what the person that attended to you, probably a salesperson, what she was advising you, or what he was advising you, was that rather than use this guy, buy this guy, the EC10, right? When you get this EC10 already has 10 relays that you can use to connect your elevator. From these 10 relays, you probably use six of those. After you've gotten the 10 relays, then there is elevator module on the software. At least if the client is going to use our controller, they will use our software also. There's elevator module on the software. In the elevator module, you can now permission each of those floors and assign them to their various access level. If you are familiar with InBio, right? Have you used InBio before?
Yes.
So same thing. The way you have access level, this in the elevator module, you also have elevator level. You have floors. Instead of doors in elevator, you have floors, right? So, so that's the salesperson was probably advising you that we have standard. You want to integrate elevator, buy an elevator controller, not an access controller. The elevator controller already has 10 relays, and if you want extra relays, the EX16, just like you have it in this,
that'll be massive.
We have the EX16 extension board, right? So can control up to what? 16. So 16 plus this 10, which is 26. So it means if the client has an elevator with 26 floors, you can still use this one panel. So is that clear?
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. So though I may need to have to contact you later.
Okay. Monday.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you.
Good morning. Please, my question is on the ZK Bio access and license that you said is free.
Yes.
Now, my question is it free for a particular time or continuously?
No, it's free. It's one time. 15 doors free one time.
So after one time, I don't need to buy a license again.
Again, you don't need,
Because
unless
I
you
have
are.
experience of I think it's 3 doors. Then the guy said we have to buy license. I mean, it's free for 3 months. That is 90 days. After the 90 days, we now have to renew the license.
I don't think that's ZK. Every ZK product, once you buy them, it doesn't have limitation. You keep using it, unless you want to change the server. That's when you can say, okay, you can now buy. If you are using another server, because you can't use one license on multiple systems. You can only use it on one server. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sholoton. Yeah. Sholoton. Sholoton. Okay, Sholoton is not available. Edwin.
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes. The question I want to ask is concerning the cards. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Concerning the RFI cards, you said
RFID cards.
yes, that is gadgets can use more than one RFID cards. Now the question I want to ask, you say we have to specify in case we are buying these gadgets, but in these gadgets, is there any way we can enable the type of RFID cards that we want inside the gadget? Is it embedded inside the cards? That's my question.
Okay, so RF cards modules, cards type, they are modules, right? And these modules are hardware modules that reads at different frequencies. These modules are embedded inside the device. A module for RFID is different from a module for MyFair. A module for MyFair is different from a module for HID. A module for HID is different from a module for Desfire. They are hardware modules. They are embedded inside the device with the antenna. So for it to support, for these modules to support the device, it means there's a point on the board where the integration of these modules on that board supports. So in cases where, say, you now have a project where you want to use a HID module, by default, ZKTeco devices are RFID. So it means what ZKTeco will do is, before they send the product to you, they are going to change that module. So either by order or by when you order the product. So during the point of manufacture, they already know that, okay, the customer with this order needs this for this particular module. So they change it. Or there are some products that has those modules, and those products can now be sold to you. But having them as multiple is not possible, because each of these card forms, they are modules on their own. Do you understand? I hope that's clear.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And then my next question is,
yes,
sequence to yesterday's lecture and today. Sorry, I might be sounding somehow, maybe I'm too inquisitive. Now,
no, you have to be.
Like this training we are undergoing now. Yeah, the training we're undergoing now. Do you people, apart from this training now, within this period, do you have a kind of school for certification for a period of time? That I want to know.
Yeah, we are working currently we're working on an online school, and that is currently in pipeline, but it's not is not near rollouts for now. So, but once that is out, we'll surely let you know.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, Ufomba. Ufomba.
Yes, good morning. Can you
Yeah,
hear
good
me?
morning. Yeah, I can hear. Sorry, did I pronounce your name clearly?
You are very correct. I think you have met me before. That's why I pronounce it very well. Okay, so I just wanted to ask a question about the card modules. Is there any module that take both RFID and the MyPay card? Is there any module like that?
For now, we have, because each of these modules are embedded, right? So, and they have their adapters. So you can't have both on the same device. So currently, but you know, it's innovation. Tomorrow that can happen, you know. But for now, it's one of each.
Thank you. I have a site that by mistake we had the MyPay reader and the RF card reader all together on one site. So it has got to be two different cards for the site. So just want to. All right, thank you.
Chukunalu.
Okay, greet you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Sorry, did I pronounce that correctly?
Let me say 80 over 100.
Chukunalu.
Chukunalu. The intonation.
Chukunalu. Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Let me start from number one now. Let me start from a license. Then my question is, if a client get a license, is that client is it limited to only one system to access it, the software, or he can still access it with another system?
Okay, so this is a very good question, and it's because of the license part. So if I had taken the software part, you'd have understand. So for these softwares, they are called the web-based softwares, right? So web-based softwares, if I come up here, web-based software, they work using the server clients model, which means if you install the software here, you see this is the server on the server here.
Yes.
You can access it using the IP and the ports on another system without installing it on that system. That's a simple explanation. As long as they are on the same network. If I install, so those other systems, they are called clients, like other laptops. In the technological term for it, it's called clients. So on this system, I can install the software. Where I install the software is called the server. The points I access it from within the network, I'll access it using the ports and the IP address. The point I will access it from is going to be called the client. Take for example, so let's say when I install the software on the server, my IP is 192. The IP of my server is 192. This is my IP. And my ports is 80. For those that don't understand this, I'm going to, in our next class, I'll explain that to you. So, but just to answer the question. So, you know, every computer we have its IP when you connect it to a network. So if this is now within the network of this, it means if I go to Chrome here, Chrome browser, I can now access this software. So when you install our software, it will come with a port called the CV, either bow time. For bow time, it is 80. For CV is 8090 something or 8098, you know. So it means if I come to the client browser, you can now access it on another system using Chrome 192 168 to the like this. So when you access it like this, it means you can now access it without installing the software here. So where the licensing now comes into play is that where you install the software, that is where you will license it. If I now come here and install the software here, if I try to put that license, it will affect the license here. Then you will get UPK error or you get license error. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it means that license can only be used on the system where it was installed. But it doesn't mean the software cannot be accessed on other systems, because the software is a web-based software, and web-based software has the ability to be accessed via a browser, which, for example, Chrome. I hope that's clear.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you very much. Let me bring number 2. There was a question asked that you didn't or you did not remember to answer yesterday regarding the F18. Now, using F18 as a time attendance, did you work with this setup now? Because I tried it using F18 as a time attendance, but I tried to create the area, do all those things. It is not giving me what I'm expecting.
So to clarify, you see, there are standards, and people bypass standards. If you buy product access control, if you buy it for attendance, right? The fact that the support, ZK support, can say they want to assist you, or they want to help you to tweak it to work with attendance, does not mean it is an attendance product. Do you understand? You can see the category of the products when I was listing yesterday, and you can see the ones for access control when I was listing today. Standards should be adhered to. If you want to do access control, use F18, standalone access control. Use your F18. Use it with CV access. If you want to do attendance, use your MB460. Use your key series. You can now, it also has a relay at the back. You can use those relays for simple access control. You understand? So, but F18 is an access control product that has the ability to also do master and save, which means you can use F18 for in, you can use F18 for out, as reader in, reader out. So it helps to always follow the standard, because when you follow the standard, you won't have issues. And when you don't have issues, it means it's less support requests from the ZK support end. You understand? So I would ask you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Adeolu.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. My question is just 2. 1, I have multiple locations of Inbound Pro.
Yeah.
And I want to bring them on one server. How do I go about that? Just one, I have a server somewhere and I have multiple locations where I have other networks. And then I just want to be able to have access to those Inbound Pro from just one location. That's number 1 question. That's the only question. That's the only question.
Yeah. You can mute now. All right. It's very simple. You see, this question is asked on a basis of, your understanding. It's like we've not gotten to that phase yet. but you're asking question for that phase, you understand? But just for your sake, I'll answer that question. InBio Pro are push communication devices. It means they have their own interface and they have the ability to recognize a server. Now, you have your server in location A, which is the headquarters. What you want to do is to get the public IP of that server. The reason why we are always saying public IP is because when an IP is public, it means it can be accessible from any client. One example of a public IP is facebook.com. If you go to your system and you type facebook.com, the domain you type would resolve to that public IP. You can even check for the public IP of facebook.com. You can search online, you see it. But organizations, they don't expose their network to the public. And some organizations have measures around it. The key component is that it needs to have a public IP. Now, at each of the locations, at each of every locations, right, where you install the InBio, the first thing is the InBio, they need to locate the public IP, right? Because on the InBio, there's where you put the public IP. That's the server address and the port. The InBio needs to locate it. And how will it locate it? It will locate it by also being connected to the internet. So, which means the TCP/IP ports that you want to plug, it has to be internet enabled. If you have a router, MTN router, plug it to the InBio. When you plug it to the InBio, set your public IP on the InBio. The InBio will find that software, right? And you run a search. When you run your search, it sees it, then you add it. Then you do the same for every other location. Then the downside is now that at any point in time, there must not be internet disconnectivity on those devices. As long as there's no internet disconnectivity, the devices would appear online on the software. So I hope that answers the question. It's 12:17 already. Thank you very much. Let's continue our chat, our questions in the chat section. Let's take our questions. It's 17 minutes past 12. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see us in the next class next week. And also, the assessment will be shared. Once the assessment is shared in that link, once the assessment is shared, you visit the link, open link one, week one link, folder. In week one folder, you see the assessment. Please ensure you work on the assessment and submit the assessment. So another folder will be created in week one, which will be assignment submission. So ensure that the assignments are submitted in that folder. So only assignments submitted in that folder would be marked. Thank you very much, everybody. See you next week. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.